You know, we are about 17 episodes deep on the philosophy of accountability. And wow, the religion of laziness runs deep, from rent to Wi-Fi to school to labor to dating, and now, well, still dating, but somehow even dumber this week. Streamers are discussing relationships again, because nothing screams modern romance like hearing life advice from a man who hasn't seen sunlight since the Bush administration. So now, onto the main course. Please tuck in your napkin. This dish is hot, half-baked, and sprinkled with gamer logic. We begin with our noble bard Asmongold, offering this. It's not that men don't want to settle down, they just don't want to settle down with certain people. Ah yes, the I would marry but everyone sucks defense. A classic. As reliable as blaming Mercury in retrograde or your therapist's therapist. It's the romantic equivalent of refusing to eat dinner because your favorite restaurant closed while standing in a food court full of options. It's not profound, it's picky. And pickiness isn't wisdom, it's just indecision in Gucci loafers. Then we take a soft left turn into trauma territory. People don't want to commit because of bad past experiences. Of course, when in doubt, blame the ghost of relationships past. Listen, yes, trauma matters, but not every guy avoiding a relationship is a tortured soul scribbling poetry in a rain-soaked notebook. Sometimes he's just vibing, or binge-watching, or emotionally unavailable by choice. Not everyone's haunted. Some folks are just lazy, commitment-phobic, or worse, mid. Next, he drops this polished nugget. People will commit when they meet the right person. This sounds lovely, like something written in cursive on a wine mom's throw pillow. But in reality, it's a hallmark card for emotional stagnation. Waiting for the right one while doing zero inner work is like waiting for a six-pack to appear while spoon-deep in queso dip. The right person doesn't fix you. You do that. Or at least you should try, instead of building a shrine to avoidance and calling it a dating strategy. Now brace yourself. He pulls out game theory. Yes, Nash equilibrium. Because love is war. No, sorry, not war. Excel spreadsheets. In Asmongold's world, romance is just a series of strategic withdrawals until someone folds. Are we courting humans or playing 4D chess? Because if I wanted dating tips from an economist, I'd seduce the Federal Reserve. Then he scoffs at the idea of reinforcing monogamy through law. That's extreme. And he's right, nobody's out here asking for the monogamy police to check your Tinder matches. But this line is just a straw man. No one wants the state to enforce marriage. People want culture to value connection again. You don't need laws, you need leadership. Maybe even a streamer who can speak on love without sounding like a Reddit thread written during a caffeine crash. Ah, but then, the finale. If someone keeps having the same problems in relationships, they might be the problem. You don't say? That sounds suspiciously like accountability, but delivered like a passive-aggressive post-it note. Yes, sometimes people are the problem, but relationships aren't solo performances. It's not a TED Talk, it's a duet. And blaming just one party every time is like saying every car crash happens because you drive perfectly and everyone else is blindfolded. Humility, my dear. Google it. And at last, the pièce de résistance. Want to settle down just with the right person. Of course, the mythical right person. As if every man is just wandering through life like a broken Roomba, waiting for the right woman to fix his trajectory. Some men don't want to settle down at all. Not because they're victims, but because the current culture tells them they don't have to. So they don't. Why buy the cow, right? Especially when you're lactose intolerant and emotionally constipated. So in summary, Asmongold's video is like ordering a philosophical steak and getting a reheated chicken nugget. It sounds smart until you remember that dressing up common sense in gamer jargon doesn't make it wisdom. Relationships are messy, complex, and deeply human, not just trauma charts, right person myths, and avoidance cloaked as strategy. And if the philosophy of accountability has taught us anything, sometimes the clown isn't society, sometimes it's you, holding the nose, honking it proudly, and calling it a brand.